The way to teach someone to speak a foreign language is to begin getting them to use it. The way languages tend to be taught traditionally is completely the opposite. What we want to be able to talk about is what we've been doing, what we're going to do. To have a chat, again, learning to say how many brothers and sisters you've got isn't particularly useful, and it doesn't make for engaging conversation. Something that people tend to find in my courses, which they don't find particularly in the way languages are taught at school, is that I actually show them how to put the language together. Effectively, we've taught languages as though they are an academic subject. And I would say that far more than that, languages are actually a practical subject, and they need to be taught as such. What I do is I get people using the language from the very start, and I do it in a way that's completely stress-free for the person who's learning. The person doesn't need to feel worried about how they're doing it, and the person doesn't need to feel stressed that they're going to fail. Instead, they're guided through the language very gently. They learn how to build up the language and absorb it, again, without worrying and without any real effort. So the way students work with the course is they listen, they interact with it, and then they respond to the prompts I give them. By doing this, they rapidly build up their ability in the language. So what you get on the course is the best of both worlds. I can understand the language from an English speaker's perspective and explain it in that way. But together with that, you get the native speaker's accent and pronunciation, which can be imitated, so that you both understand the language and can pronounce it correctly. Very quickly they can use it, but again, they don't need to lug a book about, and they don't need to worry about where it is they're going to do it. I've taught people who've been learning for years and are unable to do that, but after an hour's coaching with me, after an hour's training, they can speak the language, they can express themselves, and all these words that they've been acquiring and building up over the years suddenly aren't useless. Because a great number of people end up stuck in a language, and they end up stuck pointing or shouting or both. And that really isn't what people want when they're trying to learn to speak a language. They actually want to be able to chat with someone. Now, I personally think that's not too much to ask, and that's what people get when they use one of my courses.